Hey guys, how you doing? Today we're going to make shakshuka. Now it's a really tasty Mediterranean dish. They make it in Israel, they make it in Egypt, they make it in Morocco, all places like that. Fabulous dish. It mainly consists of eggs, so we're going to be sticking a couple of eggs in there. There's also tomatoes. Now they're the two main ingredients, and then spices, any spices you want. Now on top of that we're going to stick in a tasty pepper. We're going to be putting in, well, a bunch of mushrooms. And a little bit of garlic. So, keep your eyes peeled. Right, we've got all our ingredients in the pan on a hot stove. We've got tomatoes, mushrooms, and a red pepper. And this is quite possibly the most healthy oil that you can get, rapeseed oil. So what we're going to use is a bit of that. We're not going to overdo it, we're not saturating it, just a little bit. Just to get this frying and to soften those ingredients. And there she goes, sizzling away. Always have lashings of black pepper. Black pepper I think is important in any kind of Mediterranean dish. So, plenty of it. That's our main spice. A little bit of sea salt. Smells good. All we're intending to do here, just soften the mushrooms a bit, soften the tomatoes, get those peppers a little bit softer.
When I was young, my parents raised me right. My dad sang me Beatles songs every night. Mom cooked organic meals with homemade desserts. Every day I went to school wearing tie-dyed shirts. I was taught to love and taught not to hate. Learned Republicans are bad and God is great. I'm anti-war and I'm all about peace for a welfare system, and I hate the police. If you can't dig it, you can get bent. That's just how it is. I'm from hippie descent. I'm from a family of hippies, even uncles and aunts. And at parties we all do the hippie dance.
So for today's recipe I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'd normally use fresh tomatoes for this dish with maybe half a can of tinned tomatoes. But to get a thicker sauce and to make it a little bit easier to do and a bit quicker if you're in a rush to get to work in the morning, we're going to use passata.
You gotta close your eyes and sway to and fro, minding the music and let yourself go now. Move your arms like the waves of the ocean. Keep it up, don't stop that motion. Put a bend in your knee, a smile on your face, and the last step of all is to spin in place. Keep your arms gyrating, your body rotating. Now you're doing the hippie. Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and being raised by hippies rubbed off on me. I don't think that being a hippie's a crime. I've been called a dirty hippie more than one time. If you call me a hippie, I take it as praise. I'm gonna be a hippie till the end of my days. I'm sickened by violence, disgusted by killing. My heroes are Lennon, Marley, and Dylan.
Okay, I've now put in the passata sauce. Now, passata, all it is pulped, sieved tomatoes. I guess they kind of liquidize it, but without the skins. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you, but it's a lot easier than trying to do it with a can of tomatoes and getting out the bits, because some people don't like the seeds in the tomatoes. This way you get all the flavour. It's very strong. It's a bit like tomato puree that's been watered down slightly, or a lot, I suppose. So yeah, we're going to turn the heat down now. Now we've got the passata in, it'll just spit everywhere. So I'll go, this goes up to 9, I'm setting it to 3, so a third of the way up. And what we do next is put one of these pan covers on, stop it from spitting, keep the heat in there, keep the moisture in there, and everything should cook down to a very, very nice saucy mix. We'll give that a minute or two, then we're going to add some spices. Again, you don't have to chop everything up from raw. We're using very lazy garlic today. Very, very easy to use. Excuse the shameless plugs and all that. Also, what we're going to be using is this selection of spices. Now, basically, if you've ever been to Gran Canaria, you'll see these in all the stores. It's Gran Canaria spice. It's basically dried and powdered red pepper, garlic and cumin. So you can add those ingredients yourself, or you can choose your own spices. You can really spice it up and pepper it up if you put a bit of chili in it. But that's up to you.
First, yeah. Close your eyes and sway to and fro, minding the music and let yourself go now. Move your arms like the waves of the ocean. Keep it up, don't stop that motion. Put a bend in your knee, a smile on your face, and the last step of all is to spin in place. Keep your arms gyrating.
I put about a teaspoon of the garlic in. That's quite a lot, really, but you know, you can't beat a bit of extra garlic. So we've got double on the red pepper, double on the garlic, and also some cumin in there now. Now, you could put chili in, but if anybody knows, black pepper used to be what everybody used back in the day to spice things up, before chili was discovered. All your Indian curries back in the day were all black pepper. Then chili was discovered from, I believe it was South America or the Caribbean, introduced to India. So that's how you got the really hot, fiery curries after that. Anyway, a bit more black pepper. Stir this lot in. As you can see, the chopped garlic is kind of in bits all over at the moment. It's just lost a bit of temperature. So, now it's all stirred in. I'll give it another 5 minutes.
Your body rotating, now you're doing the hippie. Well, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat meat. I like to whistle when I walk down the street. If I see a bum, I always leave some change. He's a human too, although he looks kind of strange.
Now, shakshuka wouldn't be shakshuka without the main ingredient. A couple of eggs. And no, I'm not going to juggle them. And in they go.
I don't watch TV, I play hacky sack, and for about 10 years I've had the same backpack. I got liberal politics in my bloodstream, and I'd love to kick it if you're on the same team. What's mine is yours, if what's yours is mine. So come by my house and we'll drink some wine. But recycle your bottles, don't throw them in the trash, and we'll all get together for a hippie bash. You gotta close your eyes and sway to and fro, minding the music and let yourself go now. Move your arms like the waves of the ocean. Keep it up, don't stop that motion. Put a bend in your knee, a smile on your face, and the last step of all is to spin in place. Keep your arms gyrating, your body rotating. Now you're doing the hippie.
So, the eggs are in the pan. Lid back on. We'll give that until the eggs are cooked the way you like them poached. But basically all we're doing is, instead of poaching eggs in water, which I find a little bland and flavourless, we're actually poaching eggs within the shakshuka mixture. A little bit of pepper on your eggs if you like that. And I'll show you what the finished result's like in a minute. And now the moment of truth, guys. Let's have a look. There's your finished shakshuka. The eggs are poached to perfection. Let's get it in a bowl. Scoop some of the shakshuka sauce with the mushrooms and the peppers in there first. So I'll work my way around the eggs. Now, if you've got too much of this sauce, because it's hot and you've just cooked it, you could actually put some of it in a squeaky clean jam jar. Leave it to cool, which will obviously draw down the top. And then once it's done, you can probably keep it up to a week in the fridge. Maybe a fortnight if you're pushing it. But that's up to you. I'll let you use your own judgment on that. And here come the eggs. If you've got a bigger pan, you can make more sauce and stick in more eggs and feed the whole family. And there we go, that's shakshuka. Now for my favourite bit, the taste test. Do you mind not watching me while I'm eating? Just kidding. Oh, that's so good. Eggs are poached to perfection. Still a little bit of bite left with the peppers. You can taste the garlic. Oh. So good. So basically, shakshuka is a tomato and egg based dish. You can put onions in it, you can put peppers in it, you can put any kind of spices you like in it. It's pretty open. So what I'd like you to do is have a go at making it yourselves. It's not difficult. Make sure you keep it on a low simmering heat once you've initially fried it and put in the tomato sauce. And just take your time with it. Add the flavours, any flavours you like. And like I said again, if you've got a great recipe, stick it in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.
When I was young, my parents raised me right. My dad sang me Beatles songs every night. Mom cooked organic meals with homemade desserts every day. I went to school wearing tie-dyed shirts.